Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. Now today's video is going to be on Nokk. Now the main idea that I want you guys to have when you are playing Nokk, the main tips that I want to give you guys is that you want to try to use Nokk in a way where you essentially play her in a way where you can get into the building really quickly. And in this specific round, I do shoot the default cam, but the reason why is because these guys already have barbed wires preset for warehouse, so there's no reason for me to really not shoot the default cam. However, say there wasn't a barbed wire here, what I'd do is I would just activate the gadget and just walk up the staircase and then kind of lurk to try to look for a free kill for this like little pixel angle here. Right here there's a Malusi here, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And the main thing that I wanted to show from this clip was this little pixel angle from warehouse doorway through IT doorway for electrical. Like the little like spot next to electrical. A lot of people like to hop up on this like little crouch angle, and you can basically guarantee yourself free kills on anybody that goes there if you're looking for that specific angle in particular. Now with that angle out of the way, now I want to talk about more of like the idea with this push is that ideally you wouldn't shoot the default cam, you would just use Nokk's ability and just walk up the staircase if these guys don't run any type of like trap or utility to stop you from walking up, and you wouldn't shoot the default cam. Now in this specific clip, there's a Twitch with me for some reason, and she constantly shooting out the default camera, so my play doesn't even really work in the first place because he ends up Twitch running it anyway. However, this type of walk up is actually kind of free because sometimes people don't hold for the bandit, so you can end up walking up the staircase and getting yourself free kills. And then once again, my goal here is that I want to get back onto that pixel angle that I was talking about earlier in the round. You're going to see here, I'm going to go ahead and take the angle right here, holding it crouched. And then all I want to do here is I just want to wait for somebody to ego challenge it. And for context, there's going to be a dock on pillar that's going to rotate into this angle. And I feel like this is like kind of an awkward angle to rotate into. So I'm going to be able to get myself a free kill onto him the moment that he peeks it right there. And then right there, I swing aggressively here, trying to kill the Goyo as well that also ego challenges. But we go ahead and kill him as well. My teammates end up following up and killing two other people. Now it's a 4v1 position. And these type of positions, since we took Raptors quickly, I want to watch out for a flank here because there is a really good chance the last guy, the Warden, is going to be trying to look for a flank play onto us here. But what ends up happening is the last guy's actually on pillar as well. He's going to rotate right back over to the electrical doorway after killing one of my teammates. And once again, guys, we're going to be using that crouch angle once again to get ourselves another free kill and secure us the round right there. Now, next up, we're going to be over on Oregon here, and the idea that I'm going for this next push is that the enemy team is on the basement bomb site. So what I want to do is I want to go from small tower, and I want to basically entry for this side of the map right away. And I shoot the default cam, and the reason why I do that is because no matter what I do, if someone gets on that default cam and if I'm punching this doorway, they're going to be able to hear it. So I go ahead and just shoot it off rip, just because I know nobody's on this side of the map, so it won't really matter if I do shoot it or not. And then I'm not going to shoot the white hallway camera here because nobody's on it, so that means I can just walk up anyway with the Nokk ability. And now my original plan was to try to go down the freezer staircase here and try to look for some kind of play. However, the thing that I'm cautious of in this position is anybody ratting for security. And one thing that kind of sucks about this round in particular is they got all of this space, but then they have this doorway castled. So I'm going to have to burn one of my nades anyway to get rid of this castle. Now, up until this point, we were pretty much undetected. However, now, since I opened up that castle, I did make some noise. So now, the enemy team should be aware of my presence, and there's a castle playing at the top of the staircase, trying to look for a rat play where he gets a potential free kill onto us. However, I didn't allow it, and I ended up backing up to look for a drone play. And then right here, he actually rotates back down, so I'm going to go ahead and look to see if the hatchery is reinforced. It is reinforced, so I don't actually have a play for that. And then I'm going to, once again, drone at the top of the staircase here. I'm going to see where this castle went, see if he's still holding me aggressively. He is, so I'm going to go ahead and start rotating over to lobby because I'm a support-minded player, guys. If I don't have to, like, take a 50-50 gunfight with someone, then I'm not going to because there's plenty of other options to make our push good in this position. So, like, right here, I'm going to go ahead, before I try to force some kind of weird 50-50 gunfight, I'm going to go in and open bottom main here because this is going to basically divert that castle's attention to laundry and also for freezer because now there's two potential entry points that I could take. However, what I do decide to go for here is I decide to go with my team here, or the rest of my team here that are outside of bunker here, try to look for a walk down back stairs because if nobody walks down back stairs, those two guys in bunker are going to die anyway. So I'm going to go in and peek the back stairs here. They shouldn't know that I'm here currently. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of just hold here for the pillar. They do start shooting at me here though, so I'm going to go ahead and swing aggressively here. I'm going to end up catching this Azami for free and get myself a free kill onto her. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the space for backstairs. One of my teammates calls out that Warden is on elbow, so I'm going to go ahead and swing aggressively because since I just killed a zombie and took pillar, this Warden shouldn't know that I'm able to push him just yet, just because I just killed as a zombie. So we go ahead and get a free kill on that Warden as well. Then we make a hole in this soft wall here, and that's just so that way I can make a line of sight over the laundry rotate. So if the last guy is playing the laundry rotate, which he shouldn't be since his castle he was freezer, he should at least get, if he was laundry rotate, he should at least be scared of that angle and wouldn't be pushing up so aggressively. He does swing freezer like I expected though, so I end up getting myself a free kill into him right there and securing the round. Now next up we're going to be over on border. Now the main push that I wanted to go for here is that I was just going for like a pure entry type of play, because this is actually going to be a rare round where I actually have somebody actually droning me in. Which is, by the way, I feel like if you're ever playing for like entry, you should always try to have somebody drone you in, because it just makes the round a lot more simple. Like, yes, it does kind of suck for the guy droning, and I know that because I'm a support-oriented player, so I usually am the one that drones. So that, like, when you drone somebody in, that means the person that's not getting droned in might get potentially put in a rough spot if you do end up selling your body early. But my teammate goes in and gives me a call out to this one guy on east. I end up seeing a shadow before he swings me here, so I'm able to pre-fire him, get myself a free kill off of my teammate's call out. Then he's continuously droning me here, so I'm going to go ahead and go right into east here and basically take the control for it right away. Then he's droning me down 90. There was nobody on the office double here, so I can go ahead and swing it past office double here. And right here, there's a lot of things to check in this position, so I kind of just want to hold in this position. I do swing aggressively for top metal here to try to see if I can potentially find anybody. However, there is going to be a guy that is going to end up walking up metal here for context, and since I'm in this like weird position, he doesn't actually expect me to be here, so he's going to end up whiffing his shot onto me. And since I ended up whiffing on him as well, I decided to go ahead and start taking office now. My teammate tells me fountain's clear, and this vigil is actually about to charge into archives here. I'm going to go ahead and get a free kill onto him because he was looking to clear the gap, but unfortunately I was already too deep for him to be able to do anything. One guy goes over to the small office half wall here and goes into the small office, so I'm going to go ahead and use both my nades here. This is just to basically make this guy panic, essentially. Now, for context, one of my teammates is having trouble by lockers wall here by somebody on half wall, so I go ahead and swing aggressively since the small office half wall guy isn't peeking me at all, and he actually rotates out the window here after I killed a dock on the half wall. And what that basically tells me is like, okay, now we pretty much have sight. We just need to basically walk in and start hitting the plant, which is what we do. Now, one guy is going to unfortunately try to flank for fountain here. I do kind of expect it, though, because we have been sitting in this position for a really long time, and there's nobody else in sight. So I'm going to go ahead and rat in this corner right here, because there's a really good chance that when this guy walks in that he's not going to check this corner in particular. Now, I'm not saying he couldn't, but there's a really good chance he won't, and the reason why is because my other teammate's on back archives, so I'm going to go ahead and get a free kill onto him because he doesn't check it whatsoever, so I get a free kill. And then the last guy is actually going to be flanking for office double here, and my teammate actually gives me a call for it. I also do end up hearing him as well, and I end up getting a free kill onto him by wallbanging him right here and securing the round off of an ace. Now next up here, guys, we're going to be over on Coastline. Now the main idea that I want to look for when I am playing Nokk on Coastline is that I want to try to look to go down the 90 hallway at some point, and it doesn't really matter how I entry. Like, ideally, the ideal world would probably be to get myself droned into lobby and try to walk up the white staircase and then try to walk down the 90 hallway with somebody droning for me. But what ends up happening here is I opt to go for a safer route where I'm going to go onto the roof off rip. My teammate opens up the hatch here, and then I'm going to go ahead and hop on my drone here, and then I'm going to start droning for penthouse and theater. Right here, theater is clear. Penthouse is also clear, and then I'm going to end up droning here for Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame is also clear. Now we're going to see that VIP is also clear, which basically gives us the green light that we can go ahead and drop and try to look for some kind of play where we look to try to take 90, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to worry about walking through VIP. I could technically go for like a rush play where I go through VIP, but personally I don't really like the gunfights off of VIP doorway, so I opt to go for 90 instead. Right here I look towards 90 hall. I'm going to go ahead and shoot the camera here because I end up getting audio for this vigil that runs into VIP, so I'm going to go ahead and kill him right there after I shoot the default cam. because I basically expected him to swing into me because I gave him audio that I was pushing the 90 haul right there. So I go ahead and basically force his gunfight onto me. And then now I'm going to go ahead and start walking down the white stairs. There's going to be a guy that's going to cross through the head holes in front of me. So I'm going to end up getting myself a free kill onto him as well. And then now we're going to go ahead and start walking down. I want to try to get into billiards or base here in this position. And I just want to kind of swing aggressively here to try to see if I can look for a pick for this type of position. Now right here, one of my teammates did die over by the aqua side here. So I got into billiards no problem. And nobody was contesting me from hookah, so now I know that I can swing aggressively for this guy that's over in aqua, and I'm going to go ahead and swing here. I believe what ended up actually happening here in this specific round is that the guy that was in aqua actually dropped the hatch here, so now I'm going to shift my focus to holding cool vibes here. Now, my Ash actually does have the right idea to try to prevent them from walking up the staircase. Unfortunately, he is going to end up losing his gunfight right there. And then right here, I got to look for some kind of refrag here because it's an awkward kind of 2v2 position. Now, honestly, this position actually is going to go south really quickly. This Oryx is going to run into hookah rotate here. I'm going to get a free kill on him. I'm going to end up switching to my deagle here. Now, unfortunately, I made a mistake in this position where the last guy already walked up cool vibe staircase, but for some reason I thought he was going to walk through the rotate hole. However, he ends up swinging me on the head holes, and then again, my teammate, my Dokubi here, ended up pushing up for some reason. I don't know why he doesn't rotate outside the aqua double door here, but he ends up selling his body, and then we end up losing the round. But I do feel like overall, I feel like that was the right way for me to play that because we had to prevent them from walking up for the default plant. One thing I will say though is after I killed the Oryx, I did potentially have a play where I just left hookah right away and just ran back. However, I thought there was a really good chance that we would win the round anyway, even if I did try to go for the kill for that Dokubi to finish the clip. Because like I said, if Dokubi went outside the aqua double door, it would have been fine. He would just play the 1v1 with the post plant and it would be completely easy to win in my eyes because the bomb is down and then you have the upside down rappel. In my eyes, that would be completely winning. Now, next up in this next clip, guys, I want to talk about when people run out the server's doorway on Coastline. 9 times out of 10, when someone runs out of this doorway and looks for that little like spawn peak where they shoot in between the two cars, you want to basically assume that they're going to be trying to spawn peek the service doorway when you swing around on the main street here. And the way that you take it is by you take a really wide angle and you basically just like put your cursor on like where they would be if they were standing on the doorway, and that's how you counter that spawn peek in particular. It's a really easy kill to do. All you got to do is just practice like getting into the habit of putting yourself and putting your crosshairs onto somebody's head on that doorway. Felt like it was worth including because I feel like that type of spawn peek is actually really common, and I feel like a lot of people struggle to actually kill those people when they are peeking that doorway. But anyway, guys, that's going to pretty much do it for today's step-by-step video. I'm going to leave you guys here with an extra bonus little gameplay clip here. Now this round is mostly just going to be me fragging. I do actually get really good callouts for this round as well, as in the other border round that I had as well where I got the ace. But I didn't want to include this one because I feel like it was just more like kind of awkward because what ended up happening for this round, for context, is that I have hard breaches and my idea was to open up the hatch. However, we don't have EMPs, so it's going to end up turning into like one of those classic fragging type of rounds because we don't actually have a push. So I felt like it wasn't worth including into this video with commentary at least. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today's step-by-step video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace! I'm opening their double door.
He just challenged me while blind. What?
Kill Doc.
He got me too. Killing customs.
Okay, maybe this is playable. It's like customs, right? Is he on hop up for customs?
I don't know. He has like a BP on the door.
Don't follow me.
Oh shit,
Yeah, he's
chocolate.
just back customs. He's playing the head glitch.
Nice, Phil.
The
Stuff.
diffuser is now
I'm
secured.
At Vaughn. Oh, this isn't open all the way. Lame. Where's
yeah,
last?
kills me on flashes. Custom, not custom, workshop, I think. Sound card.
Nice.
Op 4
Was he?
Oh, we actually won that.
mission successful.